big night. We've been unwrapping last night's election and talking about the key issues. Where is the city going to go from here once the newly elected mayor, Paul Young, heads into office come January 1st? And joining me here, as I told you before we went to break, is Laura Testino with Chalkbeat Tennessee, talking about how education could be impacted by the results from last night. Laura, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, well, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to have you back on here. I know we had you on here not too long ago because you had done a whole piece where you had sent out a questionnaire full of questions on a lot of these education issues to a number of the candidates that were running for mayor. So after last night's election, we now know Paul Young is going to be the one that's going to be leading the city. What are the important takeaways that you can share from that previous story that you did and where Memphis is going to go from here as far as education goes?
Sure. So, Mayor-elect Young is coming in at a really potentially pivotal time for Memphis Shelby County schools. Historically, there's not that traditional link that the county has as a funding body to Memphis Shelby County schools between the city of Memphis and Memphis Shelby County schools. According to Young and his survey responses to us in early September, he is really seeking to kind of revitalize that a little bit in what appears to be a very purposeful way. A lot of the ways that he sees potentially working with the school district align with the ways that the school district wants to go. One of the most important or key ways that could pan out is through the district's facilities and facility plans. We asked the candidates how they might support adding or not new city funds to the school district. And Young's response there differentiated himself from other candidates and even among the top contenders and how specifically he wanted to do that. And a large part of that and main focus of the way that he would propose additional city funds towards the school district is through capital investment and facility infrastructure. The Memphis Shelby County Schools District right now has just convened a 14-person steering committee that includes both the board member Kevin Woods and interim superintendent Tony Williams, but also includes elected leaders from state and other local bodies, as well as some nonprofit leaders in town to really decide how to move forward and potentially invest in the district's facilities to pay down some of the deferred maintenance that they have on the school buildings right now. If Mayor-elect Young can really garner the support of the incoming city council, that's one way that there could be a really significant impact on the school district here after his election.
I thought it was interesting because we've done several interviews with Paul Young leading up to the election night. And one thing that seemed to kind of be something that he really is all about is collaboration, bringing everyone to the table, trying to figure out what the best solutions and answers are to whatever problem is existing. Do you feel positive that with him coming into office about the direction of where things will go in terms of education with the Memphis Shelby County schools and other districts around?
Sure. And I mean, the school district is expected to face its own transition, right? And so collaboration not only with interim superintendent Tony Williams once he takes office on January 1st, but also with the Memphis Shelby County Schools Board, which in order for any of these infrastructure plans to work, they're really going to have to carry the torch on that with support, garnering support from city council, really collaborating with Mayor-elect Young to really bring that forward because they expect a permanent superintendent, right, to finally take that office over from interim Williams at some point this spring before the summer. And so, I think that it's just going to have to take a lot of purposeful collaboration for him to see those campaign plans through on both sides. And I think you see Sheriff Bonner, who received, second most votes last evening, had more of, in his responses, really wanted to focus on chronic absenteeism and truancy as one of those prongs to a campaign improving or reducing crime rate in Memphis. That would be a continuation of the current Strickland administration's focus on truancy, which, if we look back a year ago, really started with a quibble between the school district and the mayoral's office that's improved over time with a new committee of people who discuss that regularly from the school district and city side, but really kind of purposeful collaboration between the city of Memphis and the school district would be a bit of a change than we've seen in the last 8 years.
Well, we're running out of time here this morning, but before we let you go, Laura, any last thoughts?
I don't think so. I appreciate you having me on this morning. And if people want to read the mayor's responses, Mayor-elect Young's responses to the survey questions, they'll be up on the Chalkbeat website shortly this morning. That's chalkbeat.org. All
right, Laura Testino with Chalkbeat. I really appreciate you hopping on here again with us on the digital desk. You're welcome back anytime.
Thanks. Have a good one.